In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Mooka True HEPA Plus model GL-FS32. Not only are we going to be getting into all the function that this air purifier has to offer, we're going to get into all the modes, the button layout, as well as my thoughts and opinions on this air purifier and whether or not if I recommend this air purifier to you. Upon unboxing the GL-FS32, there was absolutely no issues with the packaging. Everything was neatly packaged, wrapped in plastic. The air purifier was wrapped in plastic along with the air filter inside of the unit. Setting up was straightforward. All you have to do is just reference the manual. All you literally do is you take the air filter out of the plastic packaging and you're pretty much good to go. You just install the filter the way it shows you in the manual, and you're off and running. You plug it into the wall and turn it on, and by default it goes into an auto mode. Looking over the top of the air purifier, you have 4 buttons. The first button is going to be the manual on-off switch. The second button is going to be the timer, which will allow you to set the timer to turn off the air purifier. The third button is going to be the manual speed settings, and additionally to the manual speed settings, you also have sleep mode. So you're able to switch through any manual fan speed that you prefer, and on top of that, if you'd like, you can also switch over to sleep mode, which will turn off all the lights on the top of the unit and run the air purifier at a lower RPM speed. The last button is going to be the ionizer button, which serves to enable and disable the ionizer, but also if you hold down the ionizer button, that will actually allow you to turn off all the lights on the unit while operating at any manual RPM speed that you prefer. This air purifier also comes with a remote control. On the upper left-hand corner, you have the power button, which allows you to manually turn on and turn off the air purifier. On the upper right-hand corner, you have the mode button, which allows you to switch between the auto mode and sleep mode. Right below those 2 buttons, you have the fan button, which allows you to manually switch between manual RPM fan speeds. To the left of that, you have the UV button, and on the right-hand side, you have the light button, which allows you to manually turn on and turn off the light on the top of the air purifier. All the way at the bottom of the remote, you have the timer button. Looking over the back side of the air purifier, you have a handle, so if you need to pick up the air purifier to move it, there's one on one side, not both sides, but I mean at least it adds a little bit of grip in case you have to pick up and move the unit. On the front, let's dive into the front of this unit. In order to take the front panel off, it's actually clipped on. You have to pull away and pull out so it can unsnap from the front of the unit. And what's really cool about this air purifier is that it has an anti-tamper. So if this air purifier is running and you pull off the front panel of the air purifier, it'll actually turn off automatically so that there aren't any accidents. Now moving on to my thoughts and opinions on this air purifier. Let's start off by saying I do very much thank this company for including the function of turning off all the lights on this air purifier while having the ability to manually change the fan RPM speed. I definitely applaud Mooka for doing this. So if we were to take the all-in-one filter out, you will then see the UV ionizer that's in the back. As for the UV light indicator, I found it odd that yes, you can enable and disable the UV light, but there's no indicator on this air purifier that shows you whether if the UV light is enabled or disabled. And this isn't necessarily a negative thing. I see a lot of air purifiers doing this, but this air purifier has an air filter in it that is a multi-purpose filter where everything is attached. You have the pre-filter, you have the HEPA filter, you have the carbon filter, all in one, so you can't really clean each one individually. This air purifier claims to have what is called a 6D filtration system. The first line of defense is going to be a pre-filter, which serves to filter out larger airborne dust particles so that the rest of the filtration system does not have to deal with those particles, which in turn extends the life of the HEPA filter, which is the next layer, the HEPA filter. Following that, we actually have what is a activated carbon filter, and it has inside of it what is called a VOC absorption granule. So those are 2 out of the 6, which helps to filter out volatile organic compounds and gas-like odors. The next line of defense is going to be the UV light sterilizer and the negative ion generator. One thing I also might add is that whenever the fan modes are in manual or auto and the RPM fan speed shifts from low to high or in intervals, every single time it does that, it makes a clicking sound. So this was the first air purifier that I encountered that had this I wouldn't say that it's an issue, it's the design with the air purifier, but every single time the fan RPM ramps up or ramps down, whether it be in manual or auto mode, it makes a clicking sound. There was also something else I thought that was quite odd about this air purifier. For the first 3 to 4 days, this air purifier was emitting an odor into the air. So I tried to narrow down where that odor was coming from, whether it be from the filter or from the air purifier. I reached out to their customer service. They asked me a few questions. I answered those questions, and they stated that they forwarded my issue to a respective team in their department and that someone would be reaching back out to me once they found out more. I never received a response. So due to the overall build quality of this air purifier, it makes noises when it varies in the RPM speed going from low to high, whether it be on manual or auto, and it emits some sort of odor. I simply cannot recommend this air purifier to you because there is so much competition in this space. There's so many other brands out there that do not have these problems. So for that reason, I cannot recommend this air purifier.